$1 million. Most people spend their entire lives chasing that number. They picture it as the finish line, the moment everything finally gets easier. But here's what nobody tells you. The day you hit $1 million, the game doesn't end. It completely changes. And if you don't understand how it changes, you'll keep playing by rules that no longer apply to you. There's a quiet math happening inside $1 million portfolio right now, something most people never see coming. And once you understand it, the way you think about your job, your savings, your whole financial life, it will never be the same. Let's start with something that sounds almost unreal when you first hear it. $1 million sitting in a broad market index, just sitting there, untouched, grows by roughly $70,000 in a single year. No extra contributions from your paycheck, no withdrawals, just the natural, inflation-adjusted compound growth the portfolio produces on its own. Now think about what $70,000 actually means. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, data from early 2026, the median full-time American worker earns about $63,000 a year before taxes. Read that again slowly. $1 million portfolio, doing nothing, out-earns the average working American. That's not a motivational quote. That's just the math. And it changes everything. Think about someone like Marcus, a school district administrator in Ohio, 49 years old, spent 22 years quietly maxing out his retirement accounts, driving the same aging sedan, brown bagging his lunch almost every single day. His salary never topped $60,000 a year. The morning Marcus logged into his brokerage account and saw his balance cross $1 million, he sat quietly for a long time because something had shifted, quietly, invisibly, while he was busy showing up to work every day. His portfolio was now earning more per year than he was. The money had become the worker. He had become something else entirely. Most people never feel that shift coming, and when it arrives, they don't know what to do with it. Here's the part that gets even more interesting. Getting from $0 to $1 million, that's the hard part. For most middle-class households, that journey takes somewhere between 20 and 35 years. But getting from 1 million to 2 million, even with zero additional contributions, at a 7% real return, that second million arrives in about 10 years. 10 years. The first million was a multi-decade grind. The second million shows up almost on its own. And here's the part most people completely miss. If you keep saving even a modest amount, say $1,000 a month, that second million arrives even faster. Not because the contributions are driving it, but because the compound engine is running so hot that your savings have become the accelerant, not the engine itself. This is why so many disciplined savers in their early 60s suddenly find themselves with far more wealth than they ever planned for. They never recalibrated. They kept following the rules that got them to the first million. Save hard, spend carefully, stay consistent, without realizing the math had quietly rewritten itself underneath them. There's something else worth understanding here. Before $1 million, a 20% market drop feels devastating. On a $500,000 portfolio, that's $100,000 gone. Years of savings evaporating in months. After $1 million, the same drop hits harder in raw dollars. $200,000 on $1 million portfolio. But it carries less weight emotionally, because the compound recovery engine is powerful enough that the drawdown becomes background noise, not an existential crisis. The math doesn't get scarier, it gets more forgiving. Now let's talk about the change that takes the longest to actually believe. The day your portfolio crosses $1 million, your career becomes optional, not in a fantasy way, in a real, mathematical, documented way. At a 4% safe withdrawal rate, the figure established through decades of historical research. $1 million portfolio can support about $40,000 a year in spending indefinitely. Factor in eventual Social Security income, and many households find themselves within striking distance of covering their actual cost of living. What that means practically is this. If you have $1 million saved and you're still working, you are no longer working because you have to. You're working because you want to, or because you want a higher standard of living than $40-something thousand provides. That distinction matters more than most people realize. Marcus described it like this. He said it wasn't that he wanted to quit. He actually liked his job most days, but something about knowing he could leave completely, cleanly, without financial disaster, made him show up differently. He stopped absorbing the stuff that used to eat at him. He pushed back on decisions he thought were wrong. He took on the projects that genuinely interested him and said no to the ones that didn't. He became, in his own words, the version of himself he always wanted to be at work. The security didn't make him complacent. It made him more honest. And ironically, his performance evaluations got better after that. Here's where most people make the costly mistake. Once the portfolio crosses $1 million, your savings rate stops being the main lever. Before that threshold, saving an extra $5,000 a year on a $200,000 portfolio is meaningful. The contribution is substantial relative to what the portfolio earns on its own. After $1 million, that same $5,000 is a fraction of what the portfolio already generates. What actually moves the needle now is asset allocation, expense ratios, account structure, and tax efficiency. A 2 percentage point difference in your expected annual return changes your portfolio's growth by $20,000 a year. To match that through extra savings alone would require an additional $20,000 a year, which most households at this balance level simply can't manufacture. But optimizing your account structure, reducing your expense ratio by 0.5%, strategically timing your capital gains realizations in lower income years, that's where the real leverage lives now. And the tax piece is bigger than most people expect. In 2026, single filers with taxable income under $49,450 pay 0% in federal long-term capital gains taxes. 0. For married filers, that 0% window extends to nearly $99,000. That window, between retirement and the start of required minimum distributions, is one of the most powerful tax planning opportunities most American households will ever have access to. Strategic Roth conversions, careful withdrawal sequencing, harvesting losses to offset gains. These aren't advanced strategies reserved for the ultra-wealthy. They're decisions that could save an ordinary household tens of thousands of dollars over a 30-year retirement. But only if you know to look for them. And only if you stop obsessing over saving a little more per month and start paying attention to what you already have. So, what do people who actually cross $1 million and use it well do differently? They stop checking their portfolio every week. At this balance level, monthly swings can be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in either direction. Watching it constantly leads to decisions driven by emotion, not strategy. Quarterly reviews are enough. Annual rebalancing is plenty. They make their withdrawal plan years before they need it. Not when they're about to retire, long before. So when the day actually comes, it's just execution, not a decision made under pressure. And they get very comfortable being significantly wealthier than they appear. Marcus still drives the same car he bought 12 years ago, lives in the same neighborhood, gets coffee from the same diner he's gone to for 2 decades. The wealth doesn't show because Marcus doesn't perform it. He just has it. And that quiet discipline, that refusal to let lifestyle catch up to wealth, is honestly one of the most underrated financial decisions a person can make. Here's the thing. You don't have to have $1 million today for this to matter to you right now. Understanding what happens at 1 million, what changes, what the math looks like, what decisions start to matter, gives you a target worth aiming for, not just a number, a threshold, a structural shift in your financial life. The people who reach it fastest are usually the ones who understood what it meant before they got there. Want to understand how money actually works? Subscribe to Money IQ Pro. Simple, honest videos about wealth, money, and making smarter financial decisions without the fluff or the fantasy. The next video walks through exactly how to sequence withdrawals from your accounts in retirement. To pay the least amount of tax legally possible, you'll want to see that one.